Are you suggesting to this jury she was faking it?
Whenever I initially arrived on scene, like I said, we were still trying to figure out what happened. The longer that I remained on scene, the more it appeared to me that she might be trying to deceive us.
Okay. So when you said to patrol right there on the scene, she's having a panic attack, that was false?
Like I said, at the current moment, that was not, because we had just arrived on scene. She was exhibiting these behaviors right then and there at first. So I did have a genuine concern at that point. The longer that we were on scene, the more it became apparent to me that she might be trying to deceive us.
Okay. Tell me why it is apparent to you that she's deceiving you right there in the front of the house.
So since then, I have been to an interviews and interrogations course. It was 40 hours. In that, we were trained on how to spot certain behaviors that indicate that someone might be trying to deceive law enforcement during an interview. One of those is change in emotion or possible fake emotion. And what I mean by that is there's instances in this where she's manic, she's screaming, she's yelling, and then she'll be calm for a while, and then out of nowhere she starts up again. Like I said, I didn't observe tears coming out of her eyes. That's another thing that they taught us. There's several instances in this where she's not making direct eye contact with us, or she's kind of closed off, which is another indicator that someone might not be telling the full truth.
So obviously in your report that you wrote a report, right?
Yes, sir.
Obviously in your report, you wrote, I had fears or concerns that she was faking this.
Not in the report, no, sir.
Okay. In other words, it's not in your report anywhere.
Correct.
Okay. And you've testified in this case before, right?
Yes, sir.
And you didn't mention it that time either?
No, sir.
Just today?
Yes, sir.
For the first time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Want to ask you about what you could, we all can hear and see most of what you can hear and see, but I want to talk about what you could smell, okay?
Yes, sir.
You testified in this court about this before, and I asked you questions about this. I'm going to ask you questions about whether you ever smelled any alcohol or drugs coming from her person, okay?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And the answer to that is?
No, I did not smell it at the time.
You didn't smell any alcohol coming from her person. You're watching her there for about 3 hours?
Correct.
And you also transported her to the jail in the back of your vehicle?
Correct.
Nothing at all as far as odor of alcohol from her person, true?
True.
Were you responsible for searching Miss Mericle at any point as far as you can recall?
No, sir.
Do you know whether or not she had a phone on her person?
I do not know.
At some point, Miss Mericle attempts to get up and head back into the home. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
In fact, she did it kind of a couple of times. She was trying to go in there and get water, and she said things about not being able to speak until she got some water in her throat.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Is that one of the fake things that they taught you about?
No, sir, that's not.
Okay. So she wants to go back in the home, and you precluded her from doing that.
Yes, sir.
And you have made it clear what the reason for that was. You felt that she could obviously contaminate the crime scene. That's one of the reasons.
Yes, sir.
Right? And as you said before, in that state of mind, she could be a danger to herself.
Yes, sir.
You've observed people in that state of mind before, and you were concerned she could be a danger to herself.
Yes, sir.
That means take her own life.
Potentially, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
No other questions, Judge?
May this witness be excused?
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you for your testimony. You're excused.